Opus 4.5 just destroyed Gemini 3 in Frontend. Today, I'm going to show you how Claude Opus 4.5 just crushed Google's Gemini 3 at building websites. This is insane because we're talking about actual production-ready code, not demos, not prototypes, real websites that you can launch today. And the gap between these two AI models is bigger than anyone expected. So here's what's happening right now. AI coding tools have been promising to replace developers for years, but they've all had the same problem. They can write code, but the code is messy, inconsistent, breaks easily, needs tons of fixes. You spend more time debugging the AI's mistakes than you would have just writing the code yourself. It's been frustrating for everyone trying to use AI for real development work. But something just changed. Opus 4.5 came out and developers immediately put it to the test. Can it actually build websites? Not just write functions, not just create components, full websites from start to finish. And they tested it against Gemini 3, Google's flagship AI that's supposed to be the best at coding. The results were shocking. Let me walk you through exactly what happened.
Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates.
Developers gave both AI models the same challenge. Build a complete responsive website, not a simple landing page, a real multi-page site with navigation, forms, animations, mobile support, everything you'd need for an actual business. Both AI models got the same instructions, the same requirements, the same starting point. Opus 4.5 went to work. First thing it did was create a clean file structure, HTML files organized properly, CSS in separate style sheets, JavaScript in its own files, everything modular and easy to maintain. This matters because messy file structures make websites impossible to update later. Opus understood this from the start. Then it built the homepage, clean semantic HTML, proper heading, hierarchy, alt text on images, accessible forms. This is the stuff that separates professional developers from amateurs. And Opus 4.5 did it automatically. No one had to remind it to use semantic tags. No one had to tell it about accessibility. It just knew. The CSS was beautiful. Clean class names that made sense, consistent spacing using CS variables, responsive design with mobile first approach, smooth animations that didn't slow down the page, modern flexbox and grid layouts. This is how professional developers write CSS, and Opus created it on the first try. The JavaScript was just as impressive. Clean functions, proper error handling, event listener set up correctly, form validation that actually works and no jQuery, no bloated libraries, just modern vanilla JavaScript that runs fast and works reliably. This is exactly how you'd want a human developer to write it.
Now, if you want to dive even deeper into AI automation, I've got something special for you. I run a community called the AI Profit Boardroom, the best place to scale your business, get more customers, and save hundreds with AI automation. Learn how to save time and automate your business with AI tools like Opus 4.5. The link is in the comments and description. It's at school.com/AI Profit Lab. Then Opus built the other pages: about page, services page, contact page. And here's where the consistency really showed. Every page used the same color scheme, same fonts, same spacing, same button styles, same navigation. Everything looked like it belonged to the same website, like one designer created the whole thing with a clear vision. Now let's talk about what happened with Gemini 3. It started okay, created some files, built a homepage. The HTML was decent, but then problems started showing up. The CSS was inconsistent. Some elements used pixels for sizing, others used rems, some used margins for spacing, others used padding. No clear system, just random choices that made the code hard to maintain. The class names were confusing. Things like box1 and container2 and div wrapper. These names tell you nothing about what the element does. When you come back to edit this code later, you have to figure out what everything means. Professional developers use descriptive names. Gemini 3 didn't. The responsive design barely worked. It had some media queries, but they were set at weird breakpoints. The mobile layout looked broken. Elements overlapped. Text was cut off. Images didn't scale properly. You'd have to fix all of this manually before you could launch the site. And when Gemini 3 built the other pages, the inconsistency got worse. The About page used different colors than the home page. The services page had different spacing. The contact page looked like it came from a different website. You could tell an AI made this. It screamed not professionally designed. But here's what really separates Opus 4.5 from everything else. It understands web development architecture, not just how to write code, but how to structure entire projects, where files should go, how components should relate, how styles should cascade, how JavaScript should be organized. This is senior developer knowledge, and Opus has it built in. Let me show you a specific example. Forms. Every website needs forms, contact forms, newsletter signups, login pages, whatever. Forms are critical, and they're also tricky to build right. You need proper validation, good error messages, accessibility features, security considerations. Most AI coding tools mess this up.
Opus 4.5 built perfect forms, HTML5 validation attributes, clear error messages that help users fix problems, proper labels linked to inputs for screen readers, protection against common security issues, smooth user experience where the form guides you through filling it out correctly. This is production quality work. Gemini 3 forms were basic, they technically worked, but the validation was weak. Error messages were generic, no accessibility features, no security considerations. You'd have to rewrite most of it before putting it on a live site. That defeats the whole purpose of using AI to speed up development. Now let's talk about performance. Websites need to load fast. Google ranks faster sites higher. Users leave slow sites. Performance matters. Opus 4.5 generated code that's optimized for speed. Minimal CSS, efficient JavaScript. Images sized correctly. No unnecessary libraries. The sites it builds load in under 2 seconds. That's excellent. Gemini 3 sites were slower. Lots of redundant CSS. Inefficient JASV that does the same thing multiple ways. Images at full resolution when they should be compressed. Loading libraries it doesn't even use. These sites took 4 or 5 seconds to load. That's slow enough that users start bouncing.
Here's another critical difference: maintainability. Websites aren't built once and forgotten. They need updates, new features, bug fixes, changes to content. The code needs to be organized so you can make these changes without breaking everything. Opus 4.5 creates maintainable code, clear structure, good comments, logical organization. Gemini 3 code is harder to maintain, functions scattered across files, styles mixed together with no clear system, comments that don't explain anything useful. If you handed this code to a developer to update, they'd spend hours just figuring out how it's organized before they could make changes. Let's talk about real-world applications. Say you're building a website for a local business, restaurant, law firm, dental office, whatever. You need a professional-looking site fast. That works on phones. That's easy for the business owner to understand and update. Can AI actually deliver this? With Opus 4.5, yes. You describe what the business needs. Opus builds the entire site. Homepage with hero section and key info. About page with team bios. Services page with detailed descriptions. Contact page with form and map. Gallery page with images. Everything working together. Professional quality, ready to launch. The business owner can look at the code and understand it. The file names make sense. The structure is logical. If they want to change the phone number or update an address, they can find where that lives. If they want to add a new service, they can see where services are listed. The code is human readable. With Gemini 3, you get something that looks okay at first glance, but when you dig in, there are problems. The mobile version needs work. The contact form doesn't validate properly. The images are too large. The code is confusing. You'd need to hire a developer to fix all the issues before launching. That adds cost and time. Now let's talk about e-commerce. Can AI build online stores? This is more complex than a basic website. You need product pages, shopping cart, checkout flow, payment integration, user accounts, order tracking. This requires serious development skills. Can Opus 4.5 handle it? The answer is yes. It can build the front end for a complete e-commerce site, product listing pages with filters and sorting, individual product pages with image galleries and variant selection, shopping cart that updates in real time, checkout flow that guides users through payment and shipping, all with clean, professional code. It won't handle the back-end payment processing for you. You still need to integrate with Stripe or PayPal or whatever payment processor you choose, but Opus builds the front end that connects to those services, the user interface, the shopping experience, the visual design, all the front-end code you need.
Here's something else that matters. Modern web development uses frameworks, React, Vue, Next.js. These tools make building complex sites easier, but they have learning curves. You need to understand components, state management, routing, lots of concepts. Can AI write framework code properly? Opus 4.5 excels at framework development. It writes clean React components, proper state management with hooks, efficient rendering without unnecessary re-renders, good component structure where each piece does one thing well, code that follows React best practices. This is advanced stuff, and Opus handles it smoothly. Now, if you want to dive even deeper into AI automation, I've got something special for you. I run a community called the AI Profit Boardroom, the best place to scale your business, get more customers, and save hundreds. with AI automation. Learn how to save time and automate your business with AI tools like Opus 4.5. The link is in the comments and description. It's at school.com/AI Profit Lab.